Hi, everybody, and welcome to GenFriends. I'm your host, Cheri Hudson Passey from Carolina Girl Genealogy. And I have, as always, and I'm so grateful for this wonderful panel of genealogists that comes in and joins with me and gets to talk to me about all sorts of different things. We all talk together and we learn from each other and from our different expertise. We've got Melissa Barker, our archive lady. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
So glad you're here. We've got Shelley Murphy, the family tree girl. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, good evening. Glad to be here tonight.
Glad you're here too. I always love looking at the mountains behind you.
The Blue Ridge, they're
That's
beautiful.
Right. We've got Mary Kircher Roddy from MKR Genealogy with her fabulous new family history quilt behind her.
Yes.
Bookshelf.
So
Nice to be here.
Beautiful. So
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And then from Treasure Chest of Memories, we've got Laura Hedgecock. Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. Greetings from Michigan, where the Easter Bunny saw a shadow, so it snowed.
So we're never getting rid of winter, right? Is that what you're saying?
More weeks of Lent.
It's supposed to be 70 by the end of the week, so I don't know.
Good.
It's 39 in Virginia, and we even had snow. And it was like, what?
We had snow today. Yeah, I mean, like literally lay on the
Yeah,
ground.
but I'm talking about Virginia, not Michigan.
All right.
All right, let's talk about something happier. Let's talk about relative race. We have made it to day 8. So we're on season 9, day 8, and we're down to only 3 teams. So sad not having Team Green.
It seemed weird, didn't it?
Really, really weird. And it's almost like, I almost feel like they're stretching. Okay, what are we going to talk about now? we don't have that 4th team. But again, as the teams are leaving from the previous relative, I wanted to be with Team Red because, again, did you see those breakfast burritos that were being? Oh my gosh! I'm like, they're going to be so full.
It's a tradition.
Yeah, to get up
His family, they do, and it was amazing.
Right. Yeah. To pack and take along the trip. I'm thinking, I want some of those. Stop right here. Can we just all share? Those looked delicious. So I love the fact that as she's leaving, that's what they're doing. And then we've got Team Blue, and Rachelle's sister gives her a bracelet that says sister on it. Oh, that was so sweet. So all the sisters have that bracelet, so they have something to share. I thought that was beautiful. And then Layton gets that necklace with the bullet on it.
Yeah.
From her uncle. It's an award that he had received, and so
I think it was when he qualified with sniper school or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, something he finished.
Yeah, something he'd finished. Yeah, so I thought that was really great. Funny thing is they're getting their places where they have to go. Team Black is going right back to Santa Fe. I mean, they're just going boop de doop de doop de doop around New Mexico. So they're going to head right back to Santa Fe. So that shouldn't be too much of a challenge for them. So I just thought that was really, really funny that's where they were going. We have a lot of fun again in the car. But we've got a lot of serious moments in the car too. And I'm liking that they're sharing that as they get to their relatives' houses. They're talking along the way, and they'll talk when they pull in and sit for a few minutes. I like that. So in previous seasons, they'd been so stressed. They basically pull up and just a car's still running as they're getting out of the car, trying to run up to meet their relatives. So I'm glad they've given them a little bit of time to just relax. Yeah. So, that and pep talks about who you might meet and things like that. So that's been really touching, I think, along the way. We have to remember that the team who came in first on day 7 was Team Red. And so they've got an advantage on day 8. And that means that wherever they come in the results, they get to be bumped up 1. So that really could make a big, huge difference in the results. So they've got that going for them. So, and then we find out whoever wins day 8, it's penalties again. It's penalty and the way Dan,
all the teams,
for all of the teams,
they don't have to make a decision who to penalize.
Whoever, yeah.
which
for
is
whether
probably good.
all three teams are going, or because we won't know
Right.
who's going to be going all the way. So I just think that's really interesting. So because he made it clear, team or teams is what Dan said. So it's going to be interesting. And when
Oh,
we go ahead, Laura.
I read into that he meant if there's only one team left, it will be team. And if there's more than one, it
Yeah.
will be teams. Is that?
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
guys
Yeah,
said?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's going to be interesting after the no giving out of any penalties so far, how that's going to work. Yeah, and well, I won't say it right now, but Team Red said something that okay, so we'll get to that when we get to that. So all four teams are out on the road, and Team Black's got their new chicken. Did you see the chicken,
Yes,
Laura?
they did.
No, I did. I watched the episode on this thing.
Oh, you missed the new.
Traveling. And so
Oh.
that I was like, had it
Yep.
on my face.
Yep. They got him a new chicken to bring along. So
Yes.
I really, well, let's talk about before we talk about who they met. Let's talk about that.
Challenge.
Let's talk about that challenge. That challenge was funny, and you know what, could be used in a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
In our compilation of relative race challenges for family reunions. So, but you'd have to be, have to get all these drones. So
Correct.
it was,
correct.
yeah, it was called two birds with one drone, which I thought was kind of funny, and kind of funny that they were using eggs and it was Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was planned or it just happened to work out that way. But I mean, have you guys flown a drone before?
No, I
No,
haven't.
but video games.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that one of them made that comment,
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
guiding that drone about, I played video games.
But doing
that's
this
the-
doesn't break something. I mean, they were like crashing into stuff.
Right, but you do that with a video game, you're crashing on.
Yeah,
the
but this was
screen.
real, and you're looking.
Yeah, you're
at
not
it,
breaking the thing though. I mean,
Well,
it's
you kill
images that,
something.
it's images that are crashing.
Right,
You're not
right.
breaking.
So-
I mean, I just was worried about that thing breaking.
the drone.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
what are they going to do if it breaks and they
They
can't
got
get
them back up.
I'll
Right.
bet you they've got to back up. That's what I was thinking. Now my
Yeah.
kids have had drones, and or just little those little airplane things that you fly around.
Correct.
And it can be tricky to control them. And so that's what they were saying, is that because they had to go through, one was a hoop and one was a square.
Square.
They had to get that egg down to the nest, and they had to get each, I think each person had to get two, or they had to get two total. Two.
Total.
But they each had to take a
One each.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were saying the depth perception was really hard, trying to fly that drone
through
those targets. And also it was hard coming back, because they also had to bring it back because you had to do it in reverse in your head.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was difficult. I think they all ran onto that field thinking, this is gonna be cool, this is wonderful, this is a drone, and then they got
Or
it.
like that puzzle
Yeah.
one they did a couple weeks
You
ago.
think things
You
are
know,
so
putting the
easy
pieces in.
till you get to doing and a couple of them did just smack really hard, and I
Yeah.
thought, eek, hope that doesn't come out of their money, their prize money.
No.
You gotta buy us new drones so we can use them for another show. But
Actually, isn't that the first time in all the seasons a drone has even
I don't remember
been
ever.
involved?
Ever seen one? Yeah.
I haven't
haven't
seen
seen one.
one in 9 seasons.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty. I bet they had a really fun time. The
Yeah.
testers, when they were testing that game,
Yeah.
I bet they had a really, really fun time doing that. So, and then it looked like with Team Red that it was really windy. So I was worried about them, because
Yeah.
they were fighting the wind as well.
Yeah.
Which would have made it trying to get through that target, but they all made it through. And of course, they all got their selfies okay. Their selfies doesn't seem to be a problem anymore for most of the teams.
No.
I can't remember the last time we saw an episode where Dan said, you got to do it again. It's been a long,
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time. So I think
And with that, they're all, that this season, I don't know about last season, but it seems like none of them are having trouble with their flip phones.
no, none of them.
Not
Well,
like
except
before.
Team Green
Yesterday
was
they were.
having trouble.
Well-
That's what they said. They the big fight over
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
this is
showing
true.
a cell phone.
Yeah.
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. They did. You're right. You're right.
That's another thing too. I'm not seeing as much problems with the maps. So I'm wondering if the teams
Ah.
are wising up and studying how to read a map.
And I think
before
so
they go
too.
on.
And Team Red was actually looking at the maps with their
Mhm.
relatives to see whichever way we're going to go. Let's figure out the best way to get out of the
Right.
city. So at least they had a head start on knowing how to get out of the city. So I think as they've watched other seasons, they're starting to figure things out. Mary?
Well, I think it could just as easily be editing. That
Yeah,
we're
that's
just not
True too.
seeing
We
it.
always say that.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that they want us to have more time with the relatives. So they have really
Yes.
condensed. I mean,
They
they,
have.
Yeah.
they've shortened the drives over the
Mhm.
years, and they've
Yeah.
condensed. It's just a little bit of car stuff now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Although,
yeah,
but the tough part, regardless, is going to be from the competition to the relatives' home because they can't figure out those maps in advance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they might not be able to get their hands on one.
Right. Right. Yeah. It didn't
And they
seem
know
like
the clock is ticking
and they know
too.
that, and that's stressful when you know that
Yeah.
clock is ticking. I didn't
Yeah.
see anybody having horrible issues
Mhm.
on day 8, you know.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, there was no traffic, there was no wrecks, there was no, you know, nobody's been run off the road, nobody's been, you know, in seasons past, things have happened like that. So, or nobody's gone through a car wash. Oh, those types of things. So I think they made it pretty well to the relatives' home. I'd
Yeah,
like to start,
everybody.
I would like to start by talking about Team Black when they made it to their relatives' Airbnb, I guess that thing.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was.
It
Yeah.
was a train.
Train.
How cool was that?
I thought it was pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
did too. Yeah.
1920s. It was. They said was the time
Was
frame
that
of the
1920s?
fixtures and things on the inside.
Yeah.
Right
It was-
near where our cabin is, there's a caboose that's an Airbnb.
Oh,
I've just seen it when we've been kayaking on the water. You can see
Uh-huh.
it up on the
Yeah.
bluff. I haven't ever seen it up close. But
yeah.
yeah.
But how fun to go walking through there and not really know
Yeah.
where you're going and then come out, and then that's where they found the family. And again, it's family for Kyle. How cool is that?
I thought that was good.
I thought it was cool too, but I was starting to get a little
At first,
worried
I
about
thought it was
Leighton
gonna be
because
her
we're getting
dad.
towards the end and she
Yeah.
needs to meet her dad.
Yeah.
So
I actually thought it was going to be the dad off remote, you
something
know,
like that.
but
Yeah,
it
something
was
like
cousin.
that. So, but he was Kyle's cousin. So I thought that was really cool. They're
Great
their
grandmothers
or
were
sisters.
sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny because they had the picture and they were looking at the family resemblance in their jaw, you know, and things like that. So how fun was that to be able to share pictures? And he'd heard of their last name and didn't know a lot about him, but he had heard of them. So I thought
Hawker, right? Was it Hawker?
Hawker or Hawkins, something like that. Yeah.
Hawker. I think it was.
Yeah, so-
AER.
How fun is that? I thought that was really, really good. So really fun. So
Mhm.
I don't know. We've only got a couple more weeks before Leighton can meet her dad. So we better hope this.
Well, only one more. I
Well,
mean,
that's
one
true.
more.
We've
That's
got, that's
one more.
right. We've only
Yeah.
got
You
one
only got
more.
next week. Yeah.
No,
That's
you're
it.
right.
He's close enough.
Oh, I'm
He
sure
is.
he is. I'm
He's
sure with
close.
his brother, I think, yeah. Yeah, I
Because they're
agree.
in that same
I think
area.
I personally, I was like, when it turned out it was Kyle's relative, I was like, no.
Not that we don't want Kyle to
Nothing
meet
against you,
us.
Kyle. We love you.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
I did too.
Oh gosh,
I want her to see her dad.
I know.
Yeah.
Teasing her now.
Yes, it almost
Let's
feels
see
like.
how many relatives Kyle has.
Oh gosh, so yeah, I would be dumbfounded if on day 9 she didn't meet her father, her biological father.
Well,
There would have
let's
to be
hope
some
so.
type of issue, is what I'm saying. Some type of issue and nobody's spoken of him in the past tense. His brother was
Right.
speaking to him as, you know, he's always wanted to meet you.
Right. He wrote
Yeah.
her all those letters. He's not
Yeah.
going to be the one who doesn't want to meet her.
No.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the brother all but said, hey, it should be him and not.
Exactly. We're like,
Well,
well,
and they knew they didn't have to make an adjustment to the schedule.
Right. Yeah.
So they could do it. I think with Team Blue, if they'd gotten a strike, I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
they might have
right.
wanted to get it on there, but they would have had the golden tickets.
Golden
So maybe
ticket.
it wouldn't matter, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I was kind of curious about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I'm thrilled that they're all going to be able to meet their relatives. Well, we know they always do, but we get to see them meet their relatives. So that's what's exciting for me. And speaking of Team Blue, oh my goodness, when she opened that door, when Rachelle opened
I
the
cried like a baby.
door.
I did. It was so emotional. And the thing of it
was.
is, her whole demeanor, that's daddy. It might be mama too, but he had the same kind of demeanor that she has,
Yeah.
you know, as far as how they were speaking and, you know, and things like that. It was just like, oh my gosh. Soon
And-
as he walked out, that was
Yeah,
it.
but I thought it was interesting that he didn't open the door. His wife opened the door.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she walked in the house and then Dad came in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But that, yeah.
But how
If-
supportive was his wife? Because when he's telling the story, because Rachelle starts asking about her mother, and he says, "Oh, we dated like for 18 years."
Was that what he said?
Uh-huh.
I had to listen to it again. 18
Uh-huh.
to 20 years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you didn't know there was a daughter?
There's got to be more to that story somewhere.
I think
All
so.
right, Mary.
You need to get on that one. But you know, some things are personal and they don't want to
Yeah.
be shared.
But
And so-
wait, but he could have had her at the end of the relation. I mean, if they had started dating like at 18.
18 to 20 years.
So
Laura.
she gives birth at 36. That's not unusual.
yeah.
No, I'm just
The math-
saying.
I'm just saying the math could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it could have been the end of, you
It
know,
could have
the-
been the end of the relationship, and then she just went on her way and just didn't say anything.
but
you
it could have
know?
also been an on again, off again.
Yes, yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
but what I thought was lovely is he basically said he didn't know
Mhm.
Rachelle existed,
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
didn't trash her mom.
Not
Right.
at all.
Right.
No.
In fact, he showed her pictures of her mom.
Yeah. And how
Right.
beautiful.
Yes, she
Oh,
looks
well,
like
she
her
was
mom.
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and so everybody that has said to her, "You're her spitting image." Now we look
Right.
at that and we go, "Yes, that's absolutely just like her mom." And so I'm hoping maybe mom's next, you know. Although her biological dad said, "I have not heard from her in years. I don't even know where
Since
she is."
1996.
Yeah, but the power of relative race. They'll find her. They'll find
Good
her.
old Dan.
Yeah.
And
How,
You know-
how old is Rochelle?
I don't
24,
remember.
was she? 24?
Laura's doing the math.
I think she was, I want to say 24.
I also liked on
Well-
Blue Team that she talked to her adoptive parents while they were in the car.
Yes,
I love that.
I loved that so much. And you know, just hi, mom and dad. And she was just,
Yeah.
yeah, it was so sweet. It was so sweet that they were able to give her. I kind of like that they've started doing that the last
Started
couple of years.
incorporating that.
Probably the teams from before were like, I didn't get to talk to my family, but things change, you know, they fluctuate. Things happen in one season that they don't in the other, and things work for some teams and maybe wouldn't work for others. So, you know, I thought it was quite nice.
Oh, and again, I mean, that could have been something they didn't show that
Exactly.
True.
yeah.
That other
um,
teams got,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Maybe the phone call didn't go as well.
I
don't
just
know.
got to get past the relationship 18 to 20 years. Baby.
When all is said and done, we get them on. We're gonna ask those
We're
questions.
gonna have to ask if
But Shelley, the math works. If he saw her in 1996, then he could have by now had a 26-year-old child.
Yeah.
So 1996, I mean,
Well, but they were okay. I
They
get
have
the
to
math.
work.
That's not my point is
I guess it's
a
why she would do
long-term
that.
relationship.
Yeah.
He said we were together.
Well, he's
He
had
didn't
kids
say
with
on and off.
But yes,
different women. I mean, those aren't full siblings,
yeah,
and they're
Oh,
20
yeah,
years
he's
older
got
than
other-
he
Yeah.
is.
yeah.
Well,
So-
wait a minute.
So
The sister she met, she was older, so she's the youngest.
yeah,
yeah, Rachelle is the youngest, and she's got a brother who has a daughter
yeah.
her age.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so Dad, they were not married and apparently
I
not
get that.
exclusive.
I get that. Just saying,
But that's their business. We'll leave
yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
that's their business.
their business.
And I'm just so happy for both of them. Actually, the family, because even the now stepmother, even the cousin right there
Yeah.
to go through this and see all of that. I mean, how can you
And how
embrace?
supportive! How
Did
supportive
y'all
was his
feel that
wife?
embrace?
She was oh my gosh, was she elegant?
Yes, beautiful
Yeah.
woman, and so
Yeah.
supportive of the whole.
Yeah,
family,
she
and
said
so-
we have another daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
That's-
beautiful.
It was.
It
beautiful.
was.
It was.
It
Beautiful.
was.
And then let's move on to Team Red, and that was so emotional, and I wasn't expecting it to be so emotional at the beginning when she goes to this woman's house and she comes out and she says, "I'm your cousin,"
Cousin.
and they start crying, and Tiffany's like, she's got emotional, so I got emotional, and we both just got emotional about this reunion. And she says, I'm your first cousin on your mom's side, or was it the dad's side? Mom's
No,
side.
mom's side.
But
I'm
Mom's
also-
brother's
so-
daughter.
So on
Yeah.
your dad's.
And
Yeah.
we're also related on your dad's side. And then all of us were thinking, trees, let's look at our trees. I know we've all got things like that that have happened. How
Oh,
many
yeah.
of these do we have, right?
Yeah.
And so I love that then she then pulled out the family
The family tree.
Which
Yeah.
tree.
doesn't help on this little thing.
You didn't see it very well, and showed her, okay, this is where we're first cousins, and now here's where we're, I think it was first cousins,
Great grandmothers.
or
were
second
siblings.
Sisters,
cousins. They were
yes.
Second cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and how did that work? When you guys saw it on big screens?
Mhm.
It was
So-
great grandmothers were sisters. is
Okay,
what
I
it
get
meant.
that, but how, if their great grandmothers were sisters, and then, so how did the serendipity, was there someone that married a second cousin? Is that how the lines got connected, or was it just kind of back
So,
a
no, it
generation,
was
the lines?
No.
Her dad, I mean, she was connected on her dad's side,
Mhm.
Yes.
with,
As a second cousin.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
On the mom's side, it was her first cousin. So just those lines connected.
Yeah.
We'd probably have to really stare at it. I mean, they tried to show us
Mhm.
right,
it
that's
so
what I was
quick.
trying to do.
And she showed it on the
But-
tree. They highlighted it.
Yeah.
You know.
But the
Well,
most important thing, I'm sorry, were you going to say something, Melissa?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the most important thing that she then found on that tree. was
Yes.
that she has another brother.
Yes.
And did you hear her whisper, Christopher didn't tell me a thing?
Don't you imagine he was told not to?
No,
You know he was
Oh,
told.
yeah.
You will
Yeah.
not tell
Oh,
her.
yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
surprise.
but
What
wait, do
joy.
we know that Christopher knows?
I have a feeling the way that
A full brother. he
Yeah, it's
would
a
know.
full
It's a
brother.
full brother.
It's a full
These are-
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a full brother.
Yeah.
He needs to go back and smack him. Like,
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
you can
it's
say-
the journey and it's
It
it's
is.
the journey. It's the journey.
We wouldn't be able to
Come
make
on.
it 9 days if everybody told everything they knew.
Exactly. That's
Exactly.
right.
Now, I
That's
did
right.
You
notice
gotta
something,
find
and I-
more relatives, because the brothers could have been there together, and then
She
they-
could smack
Okay.
the producers.
Yeah,
But
there
maybe the brothers
will be together when she meets the second brother.
should be
that would
fine.
be cool.
That would be really cool.
I noticed
and we're
something.
making an assumption it's a full brother also.
Well, they
just-
did.
No, they
No,
told
No, they
us
said
They
that.
told
They
her.
said
They
that.
did say full
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Melissa, you've been trying to say something. What did
Oh,
you
it's
want to say?
I noticed something, and I can't say I'm 100% correct. I just think that I'm correct. So there was another episode in this season where one of the relatives brought out a family tree, a
Mhm,
paper family
yes.
tree.
Yes.
For some reason, when I saw that one last night, they looked similar,
Yes.
like they were produced by the same people.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if these family trees were done by the show for, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
belong to
Stage.
that relative.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
show made these family trees because they look the same. I mean,
Yeah,
not the same
yeah.
people, but they look the same. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Right. Mhm.
So are
Stylistic.
you saying that Jonathan would have been on the first one?
No.
Oh, okay.
The how do I explain that? The way the
ginger.
tree was
The way the
printed.
tree looked, the way the tree looks. Yeah, they look the
Yeah,
same. Like the
They
same
look the
color.
same, like they were
Mhm.
made by the same printer.
Right.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would think so.
That makes me think that maybe the relative did actually have that tree, that the show gave them the tree to
Mhm.
show.
Right. I see what you're saying. I see
Right.
what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
But when Tiffani saw her brother Christopher on that tree,
Yes.
was there another brother that they just didn't?
That's what I thought.
What do you mean?
From
Was
the
there-
first tree was
the very-
Jonathan on it.
When Tiffani saw the very first tree weeks back that showed that
Oh.
she had a brother that was still living and it was a tree,
Mhm.
was the second brother Jonathan on that tree, or
don't
had
think
they just
so.
not? They'd left.
I don't
him
think
off
they'd have
that
it on there
tree.
because she would have seen that.
You would have. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Now I want to go back and rewind to the show where that happened and stop and look at
Yeah.
that tree
Yeah.
and see if it was just because she was so excited and they pointed to that brother and then left it at that. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, because he should have
Yeah.
shown up on that tree too.
Yeah.
Unless then they, could have deliberately left him off.
Yeah.
I think he was left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
from
love-
staging.
I
Someone
love
will have to
that.
go look, but
Yeah.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was left because they showed that whole little thing and her brother. So it was
Yeah.
it was pruned.
I just
It
don't
was
remember
pruned. The
which
tree was
episode.
pruned. Mary.
Well, I've been looking at, Janet Havorka, I don't know if you guys know her.
Yes.
Does and
Yeah.
they look like one of her charts.
Ah.
Actually. So
It does.
Yeah.
family chart masters.
Yeah, it does.
That's
Yeah,
what-
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought of chart masters.
Yeah,
She
looks
does
very
excellent
much-
work too.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much like her charts. Mhm.
We
I
had
agree
her
with
on
you.
the show too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her assistant came
Yes.
on.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe we can find out that answer. If anybody knows, anybody watching,
Yeah.
who produced those trees, we would love
Well,
to
are there credits that run at the end?
probably, but I've just never seen it. And so it's probably on there, but
It might or might not be,
might not be, so.
after.
Is there anything else? I'm trying to think what else happened that maybe we haven't covered.
It was
in-
just a
We
good
got to
episode
talk
all-
about who first, second, and third.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm just thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
as they
Okay.
met their relatives. Was there anything
Yeah.
else
Well,
that? we haven't covered?
back to Tiffani. I was
Mhm.
really relieved because I've been worried for, I don't know why, for a couple of what else are they going to do for poor, she's met her brother. It's kind of, so it's good that she does have something to look forward to, but I love that connection that her cousin had, and that you never think of it that way, that the people that are being called and said, oh, would you like to appear on TV and be, that she was so thrilled to do it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
It wasn't like an imposition. She seemed genuinely so happy.
Yeah. And I love that. You're right. I
and
always
emotional.
Yeah. Oh, she was so emotional.
Yeah.
So
But I'm wondering if
emotional.
she does a little genealogy too, which, because she had, the chart, but we don't know.
Was
who
that her
really
chart?
originates the
We
chart.
don't know.
Yeah. But, because she says you get a call about a cousin,
Mhm.
that you never heard of or didn't know. And again, if she's got that inkling of the genealogist,
Yeah,
family
if she's
tree
got the bug. If
historian,
she's got the bug.
she's going to be
yeah.
so excited,
Yeah.
type thing.
Exactly.
So, and I think,
Exactly.
I don't know, I'm going to check the credits.
See if you can find it. Good job. We'll put you on that, Shelley. Okay.
Yeah.
You can find that out for us. Well, so then I get all into that, and then they show that building. I'm like, oh,
I know.
now it's time for results. Oh, damn, why? So
Because it's a relative race.
I
I think they should just have a drawing at the end and
know. But at least they provided a way for us to see all the relatives now with these golden tickets. So they
Mhm.
better never ever have another season. out the golden tickets.
Yeah, they can't take those out now.
They can't take them out now, or there's going to be a lot of.
So I'm writing it down, dear Dan. I said, oh, not said, decreed.
GenFriends has decreed. You may
Yes.
never, ever, ever
Take away that golden
golden
ticket.
ticket. Oh my goodness. So, we get in a little room and it's sad because there's only 3 teams. That's
No.
just
That
always
was
so
weird.
sad when there's only the 3 teams. And they let them know that whoever comes in day 1 gets to
Yeah.
some kind of penalty for the team or teams that are left on day 9. So we don't know what that's going to be. And are they going to give the penalty? I don't know. So we'll see. But team
Yeah,
Red.
will it be 3 teams?
Or
will it be 3
I know. And so remember, whoever came in first day 7 was
7.
able to go up, wherever they came in.
That
they were
was
able to
red
go up,
team.
but it was red team, but they came in first anyway. So they stayed right where they were.
Yeah.
And so then team black came in second, and then team blue got their second strike. I mean,
Yeah, but you heard
yeah.
what black team said. If I have to
Well,
take another strike, for
Yeah,
another
somebody.
team to get another day,
I thought that was
they'll
very
do it to
sweet.
get their second.
Yeah.
So, but red team didn't say that.
No, and red team said we already did our good deed. Did you hear
We've done,
Jose?
basically, we've done our deed. Now we
No,
want
I
to
didn't
win.
hear that. I didn't hear
He
that.
did.
Well,
Yeah, it's towards the end. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's game now. Game on.
well, they're
Yeah.
strategizing to try to get it down so they only have
Yes,
one
they are.
pair
Yes.
to compete
But
against.
Yes,
But
And then
exactly.
what's the
you're
prize
either
for the
gonna
next
go
day?
against 2 or you're going to go against 1.
Right. What'd you say?
And
I'm sorry.
What's the prize for the next day?
We don't know what the prize will be.
Don't
for the
know.
day. All we know is whoever.
I thought
wins.
I thought
whoever-
he said
whoever-
last night or the
No, if you come in first on day 9,
Yeah.
then you get to
Penalize
penalize.
whatever remaining teams there are.
Right.
do
Yeah.
you think they'll do that since it's been
That's what
Their
Red said.
custom?
I thought I heard that's what Red
Yes,
said.
that's what we mean, because he kind of said, well, we've already done our.
No,
good
it's
deed.
game on now.
It's
Going into
game
day
on.
9.
Game
But they're
on.
guaranteed to 10 anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They're guaranteed to 10. So they could play it where they slow down so that all 3 could get up, but at the same
They don't want to
time,
do that.
they
I
don't
mean,
want to
they
do
want-
that. They want
I,
to
So-
win
I
so-
think they want to
yeah.
win.
So
Anybody
they'll-
have any predictions on who's winning on day 10?
No predictions.
No.
they're all good teams.
They're all good teams.
Well, they're always all good teams.
I know.
Come
And
on now.
I think at this point they're evenly matched too, as far as strength and those types of things. We don't have.
Yeah.
I would give red and black an edge over blue, but only an edge.
Mhm,
Because they just seem to have more experience in a whole lot of different things.
mhm.
And I think too, being a couple, they're used to doing things together.
Well, that
Where
could
these
be.
are 2 cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. I hope they all 3 go. I think that would be so much fun. It's been a while since we've had all 3 go.
I'm sorry. 1-on-1. I think it's harder. It's harder and more stressful when you're against 2
I
different.
agree with you. I just want to see how they do.
I would love
need
to
to go
see
home.
it, but I want to also just see the 1-on-1 competition.
All right, predictions for who's gonna be behind those doors on day 9, the last relatives.
I think
Brian's
Mama
gonna
or
be in.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian for Leighton,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Blue's mother
Better
And Red's
be.
brother.
Better be. And then,
and
Tiffany's
then
brother.
Red's brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tiffany's brother.
what a cool day 9 that will be.
That'll be, if that
All-
happens, that's going to be extremely emotional. All 3 of them.
Yeah, it's,
It was pretty emotional
I know.
last
Yeah.
night. It was
Yeah,
pretty
that I
emotional.
think that will make for, day 10 will be fabulous. It'll be, fun to watch, but them meeting those 3 on day 9
Yeah.
will just be just like the icing on the cake, really. That will
Yes.
just, be the icing on the cake for the 3 of them. And I would love too, if they ever would bring back family members like they've done before to help them on day 10.
Hmm.
They've done
Or it
that
could be
several-
someone from one of the other team, another
yeah,
team.
or another team. I have said before too, wouldn't it be fun for season 10 if teams from past seasons were in and out of the show doing different things? I think that would be fun just to bring them all
It
back.
would
I
be
don't,
fun. It would
Yeah.
actually be fun if there's 3 teams and only 2 people. Well, I was gonna say if Team Green could be showing back up and
well, so,
helping.
on
but-
on the Facebook page, Mary, hang on just a little second, then I'll give you time. On the Facebook page, somebody put, "Who do you think is going to win?" And Angie goes, "Team Green comes back and takes it all."
Is that what she said?
Yeah, in a surprise move. Mary, what were you going to say?
So I've seen pictures on Facebook, like just the last couple days,
Mm-hmm.
of current Team Blue
Mm-hmm.
and JD and Jen together.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Are
have
they
2.
filming now?
Well, no, what happened was they went to Utah. All the teams went to Utah to film some post-production things,
Mhm.
and they're just now showing those pictures, is what I'm understanding. They
Okay.
all flew out there to do some post-production, some
Oh, okay.
advertisements for the season coming up, and they met them all, but they didn't want those pictures going out until now. I believe, I might be completely wrong, but it
That
seems
could be
like
what they're
that's,
telling you. That
Yeah, well,
maybe that
yeah.
they are involved in season 10.
and I would love it. I hope that
Mhm.
they are.
That would be
That'd be
cool.
cool.
That would be so cool. And if they did something like that, what great promotional, I mean, the viewership is growing and growing, but can you imagine if they could do, the promos that your favorite teams are coming back to help the new teams? I think that would just be wonderful. And what a gift to Relative Race to the fans after everybody supporting them for 10 seasons, So I think that would be great.
Well, I think people have to really pay attention to the promos.
Oh yeah. And like,
Because
Uh-huh.
in the 1 or 2 episodes, the promos that came out had indication of a little bit of what we saw.
yes.
So,
And remember when
Yeah,
Team
you got to pay attention.
Or
Yeah.
if you
Team
don't
Green
want a
was here
spoiler,
with
you got
us.
to not pay
If
attention.
you
Yes.
don't want a spoiler, don't
That's
look
right.
at anything
Don't-
until
that's
8
right.
o'clock Eastern time on Sunday.
Exactly. When we had
Yeah.
Angie and Kelly last week, they said, I think they showed a little too much.
They did.
They showed
They
a little too
did.
much in the promo. And so you kind of knew what was going to happen, and it wasn't a
Yeah.
surprise. So
Yeah, I found that accidentally when I was trying to watch it on my phone. I was on the BYU TV website
Mhm.
and you look at the episodes,
yes.
it's got a little text of
Yep.
team whatever does whatever.
I
Right.
know.
That
And-
hasn't been aired yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk of knowledge.
Yes, absolutely. So if you don't want spoilers, don't go look
I
ahead.
wonder if that's available at 12:01.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking,
12:01.
yeah.
You
Well,
can go
Saturday
ahead.
night.
No,
Saturday
you can go
night
ahead. You can go ahead several
12:01
weeks.
because it's on an app.
Yeah, but you can go, if you go to everybody, if you really want to spoil the season, you go to BYU TV,
That's what I'm.
you go to the episodes, and you
Yes.
scroll up a week or two, and you can read the synopsis for that week, and they
That's
tell
what
you,
I'm saying. That's what
they
it was.
tell you way too much. I actually already knew that there was going to be another brother because it said so
It said in the
Yeah,
synopsis.
in the synopsis. So BYU TV, you
Stop
gotta stop doing that, because
Again, GenFriends has decreed.
don't do
Well,
that.
the
Although-
thing of it is, they just don't need to put that up until after it airs.
yeah, Right.
And I'm gonna check Saturday,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wait for the
they
12:01
really need to
and
listen
see
to us.
if the episode is up at 12:01.
So
No,
don't-
I'm serious.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, but we just
Yeah.
need to tell them to stop doing that, because
Okay, but studies have shown that spoilers do not cause the audience to go down.
well, I
No,
know that, but I don't want to know it. I don't want to
I
accidentally
know
know
that.
it.
Oh, don't look.
I
don't look. I didn't know it.
Sometimes I've had to look because I want to see if we need to be ready to invite somebody on the show.
Oh, that's a good one, Cheri.
So sometimes I've had
That's
to go
a good one, Cheri.
so that I
Yeah,
know I'm ready.
you
if they're
keep
gonna-
saying that.
I'm not buying that.
Well, I need to know if they're going to get that third strike, and then I'll know, okay, I need to contact them.
I'm
ahead of
not
time.
buying
Yeah,
that.
well, sometimes that's what I've had to do. So
GenFriends again.
They call me and tell me, no, I'm just kidding. Anyways, anything else that we missed?
I'm just excited for next week.
I am excited.
How
for
it goes
next week.
down.
Yeah.
Even though we've got the prediction already out as far as for, day 9.
Let me tell you, if they don't meet those people, I'm going to be so
We go through
upset
this
for
every
them.
season.
I'm going
Yes.
to be so upset for them.
Yep.
Gosh, they've led them along,
It
Don't
really-
let us along.
Yes.
It really is funny because my family they were all in the living room watching Lion King. But and it was 8:00 and I'm like, I have to find out what happened to I knew I could watch it later.
Right.
And I knew it had been filmed months ago and this isn't what's happening now. But I was like, I'm out of here. I have to go over there. Because you care what happened to
Yes. You care. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, we get
So
sucked
we
into
want
these people's
the
lives.
reuniting, the
Mhm.
reconnecting.
Yeah. Yeah. So grateful that they allow us on these journeys, both the contestants, the teams and their families, that they will allow this to happen so that we can have these wonderful feelings and see these reunions and see families being united. And I love the new little tagline, family, we drive families together. I think that's really cute. That's something new that they've been saying, with the cars in the
Great,
background.
yeah.
We're driving
I
families
didn't catch
together.
that. That's cute.
I love that. I love that. And if you'll listen, they've got a few new songs that are kind of real tearjerkers. So that doesn't help.
Oh, they don't need to add tearjerker. I mean,
But they're doing it. So anyway,
superfluous.
exactly. Well, here we go. We are, I know, ready for those final relatives.
This went quick,
I
that.
It's gone quick. So
Yeah.
we'll see. And we will be back together again next week to see if we guessed correctly. So thank you very much for joining me tonight, and thanks everybody for watching, and again, we love your comments. So thanks for watching, and thanks for leaving your comments. Let us know who you think they're going to meet. We probably think the same thing. But let us know, and we'll see you next time on GenFriends. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.